showtime?
Yeah. When you say you're gonna do the bottom of the show, was the block that we just did? Or
Half
the
of
bottom
that,
of the A block?
everything after that weather, like, Lauren's package, Jackie's package, I'm moving that down.
Make sure you watch what you unfloat. There are some things there that are like not stories, like 189B. In the field evening news, is that something today? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, those are gonna be,
Yeah, just be careful what you
Yeah.
unfloat. There's traps there in the field.
that's why I'm taking my time and doing it now.
1 minute. Show starts a little over 30.
30 seconds.
30.
Rhonda, you guys have 5 minutes between.
Update your airtime.
I'm just
Bonnie's working on
hopefully
that.
works.
I can do it real quick.
I think she's in it. I don't know.
15.
If you see
15
something.
seconds.
So here, I just, you know how everything was blue, I can reset that, nothing's blue again.
10,
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
7, 6,
You'll have to show me
5,
how to do
4,
it for the next month,
Open
so I
in
know
3,
Saturday.
2, 1.
1.
Amazing.
This is CBS 4 News at 5.
We are tracking the tropics tonight as a tropical system dumps rain on South Florida, and the heaviest rain is yet to come. That poses a risk for flooding.
Yeah, it does.
CBS 4 is monitoring the storm for you and the impact it'll have on you in the coming hours.
We have crews spread out across South Florida from Broward to Miami-Dade and down to the Keys. That will keep you updated throughout the evening. Let's begin, though, now with meteorologist Dave Warren with what's happening now and what's expected to come. Dave.
Yeah, what's expected, you better stay
Kill
put
the
here
anchor
tonight.
lights.
Trouble on the roadways as we continue to see these rain showers moving through the area here. Briefly heavy at times, even though it might break up a bit, heavier rain continuing to move in from the south. A number of flood advisories have been issued. There's still one in effect there in Broward County, right along the coast, and it goes down north Miami. This heavy rain shower has been moving north through the advisory area, so around North Miami here, North Miami Beach, Aventura, that continues to move to the north, racing north about 25, 30 miles
We're
an
good with
hour.
the traffic
So it
person
won't
coming
be
up
around
here?
long, and this area is trying
we
to
need to
stay
stand
just
by.
off the coast for right now, but may creep back west a bit. So this advisory area still seeing some
Essentially,
issues
that's
because more
what
rain's
it
coming
does.
down. Already
Everything
1 to 2
along.
inches, 1 to 2 inches over the majority of Broward County, even a bullseye.
So we're
there
good with
right now.
traffic?
Sawgrass Mills Mall just
John's
above
gonna check it out.
595. So heavier rain estimated
We're
by
good,
the
he
radar.
says.
So
Okay.
waves coming through might break up a bit like we're seeing now in the upper Keys around Key Largo, Isla Rada. Maybe a break from the rain, but it's what's happening here in the lower Keys that is the next concern. Lightning strikes indicating some gusty showers and storms continuing to lift north. This area might kind of work its way through and spin through the Keys and up into Miami-Dade, Broward later this evening and overnight tonight. That's when we expect to see the heaviest rain and the strongest storms here. But we'll watch this closely. It's moving to the north. Computer forecast picking up the activity and the wind speeds here. Look how it's picked up in Key West, sustained out of the south at 30 miles an hour. That might increase here overnight tonight. Otherwise, it gets gradually less farther north you go for now, but overnight these wind speeds will increase. They're right out of the southeast. Now look at the specific times we're concerned with. Now just passing showers and isolated storm, but after 9 o'clock, things starting to fill in here around Miami-Dade and Broward. Another band developing here. This will be coming in overnight from 2 to 3 in the morning, and within this is where you can see the strongest wind gusts, gusty downpours, and even some isolated tornadoes. If the wind starts to change direction with height, these could spin up quickly here, so make sure you have a way to get warnings this evening or overnight tonight. Could see some strong to even severe weather along with the flooding. Want to take you through the rest of the weekend here? For that, we go to meteorologist Jennifer Curran.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Kill
And
his
I
mic.
want to start off with the Keys because right now, as Dave showed you, the Keys is dealing with some heavier rainfall at the moment, especially the lower Keys. So let's take a look at the future weather forecast here. So looks like the heaviest is going to continue on through the rest of the evening. This is around 8 p.m. this Friday. So it looks like Big Pine Key, Cudjoe Key, you're going to be dealing with some heavy rain around this time. And then this heavy rain will creep on over the chain of the Keys into the middle Keys and eventually into the upper Keys by 9 p.m. through the 10 o'clock hour. You notice over Key West by around 9:30 we start to see a little bit of some dry air come our way as that heavy rain pushes out towards the north. So Key Largo down to Marathon around 9-10 o'clock you'll still be dealing with some heavy rain. Then that slot of dry air you see there kind of creeps in over the rest of the Keys into the overnight hours, and at the same time for Miami-Dade and Broward, that heavy rain that's over the Keys will eventually get into Miami-Dade. This is at 11 o'clock tonight where we can see the heaviest rain down in southwest portions. This includes Homestead, Florida City, all the way up to Kendall and Sweetwater. And then the heaviest rain will swing through Broward overnight from midnight to 1 a.m. And these are the times that we'll probably be dealing with some flooding because these rainfall amounts will be coming down hard. Precipitation rates could be anywhere between 4 to even 5.5 inches per hour. Then let's go into Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Still a little wet out there, but we start to notice it's a little more scattered, so not as widespread as the overnight hours, and it gets better. I promise. We're going to see some improvement quickly coming in. By Saturday 9 a.m. we have potentially some gusty showers or storms hugging the coast, but look at that dry air coming in from the west, and that starts to filter in. We say bye to the heaviest widespread rain by around 10 a.m. Saturday, and then as we head into Saturday afternoon, can't rule out some quick moving showers or storms that we'll still have to track, but overall the improvement comes our way by Saturday, late morning and early afternoon hours. This right here, the strongest winds for us across the Keys and into Miami-Dade overnight tonight. The strongest winds will be around 30 miles per hour, but of course, we could still have a potential wind gust reaching tropical storm force of 40 miles per hour. Back to you.
Jen, thanks a lot. The rain is making for a messy commute, needless to say. Tonight, we want to help you get your loved ones home as safe as possible.
CBS 4's Christina Melendez is joining us now with a check on the roads. Christina.
The Anchor's mic.
Yeah, it's been pretty gray all day. We're live in Miami-Dade taking a look at the Palmetto. This is southbound right at Northwest 122nd Street in Hialeah. Now, just like Dave and Jennifer have mentioned, this weather's been pretty brutal. A lot of areas are prone to flooding, especially here on the 826. So just make sure you watch your speed, watch your distance between you and the car in front of you. Now, luckily, we have no reported accidents, nor major incidents here. This is just a combination of the rain and your evening commute, so use extra caution. Now, if you are traveling on the Dolphin, this is right at Palmetto Interchange. Got a crash on the 836 westbound. It's got your on-ramp closed off towards Northwest 107th Avenue. You also have a crash on the Dolphin eastbound before 95, blocking your left lane. And if you're heading south towards downtown on 95, look at that. This storm is no joke. This is live at Northwest 79th Street. Those left northbound lanes a bit congested, and your right southbound lanes further north are also a bit slow due to an earlier crash near Opelika. Drive carefully. Back to you.
All right, Christina, looking pretty ominous there. And with all this rain, you have to be cautious. As Christina mentioned, on the roads, this is what it looked like on the highway in Broward County earlier this afternoon.
Sure, a while ago, Miami-Dade Emergency Managers giving an update on the storm preparations of the EOC.
Here's what Miami-Dade Mayor Danielle Levine-Cava had to say.
This storm system, here just 3 days into hurricane season, is a vivid reminder that it's time to make sure you are storm ready. Preparing yourself, your family, your property, and your pets is the best way to stay safe from oncoming weather. So to all our residents, please remember, stay informed. Sign up for Miami-Dade alerts by going to our website, miamidade.gov/hurricane. We have a free hurricane preparedness guide that is available to you in your mailbox or at the libraries. And there's an app that you can download from the Apple Store or through Google Play
Yes.
called Ready Miami-Dade. And follow our county's Twitter and Facebook accounts or call 311 for any updates.
The mayor says she does not anticipate any interruptions to transit services, but county COVID testing sites may close temporarily. For more information, go to miami-dade.gov/COVID. And our team coverage continues with how people are preparing for the storm.
CBS 4's Peter Dench is in Miami-Dade County. He joins us right now from Miami. Peter.
Well, Elliot, we showed you an hour ago how sandbags were passed out at one site in Miami. It was so popular they ran out of sand earlier this afternoon. We are live right now at Little Haiti Park, where they've also been passing out sandbags. They're almost out of sand. I'm taking a look at some video from earlier today. All this is happening amid the steady rainfall in Miami-Dade County, as you saw on the highways and on the roads. Here at Little Haiti Park in Northeast 3rd Avenue and 62nd Street, the plan was to hand out free sandbags to residents between 7:30 in the morning and 7:30 tonight. They're almost all out of sand. Now, people were allowed to take up to 10 bags of sand each. We spoke with one resident and the park manager.
Right now, we're distributing stand out throughout the community for anyone that's wanted, no matter where you come from, city of Miami, across the town. We're open to everyone. We're trying to fill up as many cars as we can, 6 to 12 bags per car. We just want to help out the community during this time.
Last time we had so much water, I had water go through my garage, so I want to make sure I protect my home. And make sure that, you know, hopefully it won't go into the house again.
How many did you get today?
10 minutes.
Wow. So, have you got somebody put in the car for you? That would be that pretty.
Yes.
Sound like Peter.
You can't go wrong, you know, we're always trying to help each other, so that's all that counts.
All right.
So Peggy Jimenez right there, who picked up her 10 bags of sand at Grapeland Park, hopes that that will protect her home. She does not want to be victimized again. She has been following all of the news reports and the advisories and is well aware of the possible flooding after up to 8 inches of rain. We are live in Miami. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.
It's smart to get that sand and keep that water out of your house if you can. Peter, thank you so much. We now go to Broward County to see the conditions and the preparations there.
For that, we go to CBS 4's Joan Murray. Joan is live in Pembroke Pines for us tonight. Joan, how's it looking?
Well, rain's still coming down. They have wrapped up sandbag distribution here at this park in Pembroke Pines, Foreman Park. They had a good turnout. About 70 people showed up. Big concern here is flooding, of course, as we see so much in these rain events. So people want to do what they can in case flood water comes to their door. And we found out today that Broward County has a very proactive approach to try to prevent flooding. So we caught up with one of the crews in Broadview Park. That's in near Fort Lauderdale, near the Turnpike, and we found a crew there doing what they could. Now that is one area that has been prone to flooding in the past, and they're trying to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
We deployed a combination of vacuum trucks and pumps, and what we're doing is we're drawing down the water in the system in advance to allow for as much capacity, so when the rain does come, the drainage system is in good working order to accommodate that and mitigate that as much as possible.
So they're monitoring what's happening in that neighborhood and other neighborhoods prone to flooding. They're going to be working all night, and they're ready with the pumps should it be necessary. In Pembroke Pines tonight, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.
Joan, thanks a lot. If you're planning on heading to the airport for a flight, call ahead. Weather is having a major impact on travel. We checked in with Miami International and Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airports. At MIA, so far there have been more than 150 delayed flights and 65 had to be canceled. At Fort Lauderdale, at least 47 flights have been delayed. Officials say those numbers are expected to increase, so your best bet is to check with your airline if you have travel plans. As far as Miami-Dade Transit is concerned, the Metrorail and Metro Mover are both operating as normal as long as winds remain below 39 miles an hour. But Key West is suspending all bus service starting at 8 p.m. through tomorrow.
And the weather also leading to business closures and event cancellations. Zoo Miami is closed today and tomorrow. The Bryant Street Fair and block party scheduled for tomorrow in Key West is also canceled. State parks in the Florida Keys are closed to overnight camping tonight and tomorrow night. Calypso Cove in Margate is closed tomorrow, as well as all Broward County campgrounds and marinas. And you may have noticed the QR code right there at the bottom right of your screen.
There it is over there. You can scan it using your phone's camera and gives you access to our CBS News Miami streaming platform. It's perfect to keep you up to date on weather and news when you're on the go. And just 3 days into hurricane season, and we're already dealing with activity, right? Join us Sunday at noon for our Hurricane 2022 Be Prepared special to help you protect your family from what might impact us over the next 6 months.
Obviously never too early to get prepared. Our CBS 4 Live Team coverage continues throughout the evening so we can keep you up to date with what you need to know to help you and your family stay safe.
Let's take a live look right now at downtown Miami. Pretty gray, pretty rainy and cloudy. This is the wider shot from our Rusty Pelican camera. Don't see too many people on the water out there. It's ready to stay home and keep watching the conditions with us. We're going to let you know not so much what's happening now, what happened, but what to expect next. So stay with us.
And don't forget, if you see news or weather happening, take a picture or video and send it to us. Our email is cbs4pics@cbs.com. You may see your images on TV and online.
And we are always on the CBS News Miami stream. Find us on cbsmiami.com and Pluto TV to stay up to date with the latest in weather conditions and news.
And
Hey, Raul?
yes.
We're gonna be making an addition in this next block after weather. We're gonna put in a minute, here's how you use our CBS News Miami package.
Oh, I love those.
And so I'm gonna unfloat 129, or just regular 129 and do a generic thing. Hey guys, just a heads up. So we're coming to weather, out of the break, live pictures from Key Largo, then to the forecast, minutes for Dave. And then after weather, we're adding that, CBS News Miami how-to package, because we're super light.
I don't know if you need to stand by
And I'm
the
just
Key
gonna do a
Largo's
generic,
coming up.
okay, we'll be right back.
Monty, all right?
It's Key Largo in the side set. Looks nice.
You still doing your campaign tonight?
No, they canceled.
They canceled?
They postponed it until the following week.
Thank you.
Well, that's
It's in
good,
now,
that's good
Raul.
for the kids.
Well, the crucial part of it is to be out under,
I know.
undercover, and we'd have to be covered, so it's kind of pointless.
Alright, so I put that
You see, I
in.
don't see it.
It's coded.
Where do you see it? Oh, I see it now. I see
HD2
it.
is Key Largo.
You know what? I'm killing 129 again, so we can just do the package.
Okay. So right out of weather, you go straight to that package?
That sounds weird, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yep. Let me toss it.
1 minute. $30.
30 seconds.
You have 4 minutes. That's it.
15.
15 seconds.
10.
10, 9, 8, 7,
5,
6,
4,
5,
3,
4,
2, 1.
1.
We are tracking the tropics tonight, and let's take a live look now at Key Largo, where honestly it doesn't look too bad at this hour. A little cloudy, of course. We see that palm tree there in the foreground blowing in the breeze, but the boats don't seem to be swaying too much. Looks like there was someone in that tiki just a few minutes ago, so maybe some people enjoying the outdoors while they still can. Of course, more rain expected into the evening throughout all of the Keys and into Miami-Dade and Broward as well.
I have to admit, from that picture, I wouldn't mind being there myself, but Dave Warren says that picture could be deceiving, right there.
It'll be changing here quickly here as there is some heavier rain just to the south, but the concern now is the flood advisory that continues in Broward County. Very heavy rain racing through this advisory area again. This going from south to north. The advisory from North Miami up to Pompano Beach, moving at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So brief downpours as these continue to
Did you
move
see it
through
one
the
day ago?
advisory
You said you
effect
covered
because
it.
we had heavy rain earlier, which is now long
The
gone
website thing,
up to the north. But right around Fort Lauderdale there, continuing to push to the north. Hallandale Beach, a little heavier shower moving over Hollywood and Dania Beach. That'll cross over 595, go right over the airport here in just the next few minutes. Rain amounts in Broward widespread from about 75 to the coast of 1 or 2 with locally higher amounts here. We have a heavier amount there around Cooper City and around Sunrise with estimated 2 to 3 inches of rain. North to 25 miles an hour. That's how these storms are moving. Just to the south, we're seeing a little activity breaking up a bit, but this is the area that's under a flood advisory 615. With this coming down through that advisory area, it might be extended here with heavier rain showers moving in. We continue to watch out for Pompano Beach, Deerfield Beach, and up in the Boca Raton there in the Palm Beach County. This will be there shortly, going north at about 25 miles an hour. Now we have to watch the lower
I forgot to
Keys.
tell him he is
Storms and
not
squalls
talking.
developing there. These are moving north. Lightning strikes just to the south, indicating some gusty downpours, and this will continue. Actually, work the way up the Keys and then into Miami-Dade and Broward. Timing over the next few hours, we can see Friday to 6 to 7, these individual storms moving north, a lot of activity staying just off the coast, but another area of heavy rain coming in as the storm continues to drift to the northeast and increase speed. That will bring this through overnight tonight. This is where you can find these strong to severe storms there, with the possibility that a few could have damaging wind gusts or even isolated tornadoes. The risk is there from the Storm Prediction Center, a slight risk for severe weather, so down into Miami-Dade, up to Broward County, and gradually less and less the farther north you go. Damaging wind gusts there is primarily later tonight and overnight tonight as these storms push through the area. Look at the wind gusts here. We have a wind gust of 48 miles an hour in Key West with the squalls moving in. You get these stronger wind gusts, 36 in Marathon, 25 to 30 there from Homestead north up into Pompano Beach. Now the storm center is actually here. The Hurricane Hunter has just investigated it and seeing that it's not quite organized yet. It's still a potential tropical cyclone. Very strong west wind aloft. It will help to speed this up, but it's also putting a lot of the worst weather well to the east of the storm. So even though the storm center is here and it will continue to drift to the north, we are concerned that the heaviest activity will be right over us, even if the storm tracks just to the north. Tropical storm force winds. Now we have the heavy rain coming in overnight tonight. By tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, as the storm continues to move to the northeast, the cone narrowing down around 4 miles in Naples, but outside of that, seeing those tropical storm force winds and easily seeing tropical storm force gusts with the storms moving in from about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then it continues to move off to the northeast. Even though it's encountering wind shear now, it is likely to try to intensify. That forecast has this as a tropical storm moving across the peninsula around Lake Okeechobee Saturday afternoon to Sunday. Now the heaviest rain will be out ahead of it. We're seeing that now. Rain coming down overnight tonight. This is where you can find those strong storms pushing through the area by 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow. And as the storm passes by well to the north, a lot of this will start to move off the coast by 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll start to see it breaking up by 11 o'clock and then just lingering showers and passing gusty downpours as the storm is there by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's the picture from Key West, mid-70s right now, sustained at 30 out of the south-southeast as these storms move through the area here. The extended forecast after this moves out, we're in typical summertime weather here, 90 for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sunshine and storms continuing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll drop the temperatures a bit into the upper 80s by the end of the week.
All right, Dave, thank you. And our team weather coverage continues in just a few minutes.
But first, you can get weather updates around the clock on our new CBS Miami website. CBS News anchor Maribel Rodriguez walks us through it.
We've got some big news to share with our CBS 4 family. Your access to everything you need to know about South Florida just got a whole lot better in the palm of your hand and at your desktop. Your life is busy. Information changes 24 hours a day. And now your most trusted local news team is giving you even more access to everything you need to know. Introducing the new CBSMiami.com, your news headlines that don't miss a beat. Our new website is designed to give you our free live stream to you immediately whenever you want it. Something else that always changes fast, your weather. It was top of mind when we developed the new website. Live radar, the latest hour-by-hour forecast, and your hurricane survival guide, all powered by our team of experts, all at your fingertips. Our entire staff working 24/7 for you. The pulse of South Florida anytime, anywhere. This is the new CBSMiami.com. Now live.
You fooled me once.
Next camera's line, red on it. What is HD7? Who's HD7?
Outside. Outside. They're feeding something.
Oh.
Just checking something.
They just saw it.
It was flooding and someone dropped it on the flood water a second ago. I'm like, I want that video. Are we good with the radar and the
Yeah,
double box?
Can you pan
Hey,
to
guys,
the
just
right and
a
resave that
reminder,
shot?
It's gonna be in a quad box, at the top of 5:30. And we're good with the quad box?
Yeah?
Okay.
Well, was it bad before?
No, I blinked and I missed it.
Oh, okay. Save it.
5 minutes for your weather. So which one to be? So they have an overall 5 minutes again. Great.
Huh?
They have an overall 5 minutes
Okay.
again. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Just let me know where to find it. And it's still open.
Back to camera one, Laura.
Oh, wait, is HD7 our keys guy? No.
No. HD2 is our key.
HD2. No, I meant the weather channel, I'm sorry, weather channel.
Oh, the weather, yes, that is Weather Channel.
He's doing straight live, bro. Hey, is the weather channel
45.
guy doing straight live?
You don't have them in your show, do you?
Yeah, 165, okay, thank you.
Just trying to see where. it is.
165.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep. It was floated last hour, obviously.
30 seconds.
30.
I'm gonna do a lot of seedless.
$15.
15 seconds.
10.
10, 9, 8, 7,
5,
6,
4,
5,
3,
4,
2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
We continue to track the tropics for you tonight. Here's a live look from our camera in Lauderdale by the Sea. South Florida remains under a tropical storm warning as a tropical system moves across the area right now, bringing a lot of rain with it. We'll have more team coverage of weather conditions in just a couple of minutes.
In other news, after a series of deadly accidents, the Broward County Sheriff's Office is partnering with Brightline in a new operation aimed at lowering the number of vehicle and pedestrian incidents on the tracks. CBS 4's Ashley Dyer has details on how Operation Crossing Guard will work.
Broward County deputies and troopers will now be patrolling railroad crossings, looking for pedestrians and drivers trying to beat the train, walk across the tracks, or go around the lowered safety arms.
The odds of beating the trains are definitely not in your favor, and the results are just tragic.
A message backed by data. Between 2021 and 2022, we've covered at least 20 Brightline crashes involving pedestrians and drivers. More than a dozen of them fatal.
So this is the first of its kind operation where we're specifically targeting the railroad crossings, and because of the tragic that's going on there, and with the fatality that's going on there, it just seems to be an ongoing issue. We're just starting out the initiative at zero tolerance.
Now a new initiative aimed at curbing tragedy on the tracks.
These type of operations have proven to deter the type of activity and the type of actions that we've seen by motorists and pedestrians, not just in Broward County, but in South Florida.
Starting today, BSO deputies will be stationed at railroad crossings across the county, looking for people making dangerous decisions.
Drivers caught ignoring railroad crossing safety measures to include stopping on railroad tracks will be ticketed. In addition, pedestrians and bicyclists caught bypassing lower crossing gates and not crossing at the designated areas will also be ticketed.
These types of violations could cost you hundreds in fines. The senior vice president of Brightline saying they're optimistic they will see a reduction of track tragedies through this effort.
This operation really just offers clarity to the community that, there's penalties for doing these illegal and dangerous activities.
Operation Crossing Guard is only in Broward County for now. It goes into effect immediately, and BSO says it'll continue until they see improvements. In Fort Lauderdale, Ashley Dyer, CBS 4 News.
And that does it for CBS 4 News at 5.
CBS 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
This is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
We continue tracking the tropics tonight, and we want to give you a look at the very active radar. South Florida remains under a tropical storm warning and a flood advisory as a tropical disturbance moves towards our area. Rain is expected to continue throughout the night.
We have team coverage for you tonight with crews spread out all across South Florida to bring you up-to-date information on the changing weather conditions. And that team coverage begins with CBS 4 meteorologists Jennifer Correa and Dave Warren.
Let's start though first with Dave and a look at what's happening right now on the radar. Dave.
Yeah, radar pretty active, and we have flood advisories still in effect in Broward County. With heavy rain moving right through that. A little break in between before the next wave of heavier showers and storms pushes up through the Keys here. This is what we've been watching. This is a flood advisory with heavier showers moving right through it. They're racing to the north at 25 to 30 miles an hour. So moving through Hollywood, going right over the airport. The leading edge here, just about to cross into Pompano Beach. There's Atlantic Avenue. So at 25 miles an hour, not around long, but they move pretty quick here from south to north. What caused this was heavier showers earlier. They have lifted to the north. Now we're getting another area of heavy rain going right through it. So this advisory area, it goes till about 6:15, might actually be extended because rain showers coming down on top of 1 to 2 inches of rain. 2 to 3 inches estimated by the radar. A little farther to the west, much of this area could easily see more flooding with heavier showers moving in. And that's continuing what we see here, moving up into parts of the lower Keys. We're starting to see some gusty squalls developing. Radar picking up some very strong wind with these moving over the straits. They will continue to move north towards Big Pine Key and the Marathon, down towards Key West. As this moves through, you get an occasional wind gust. We've seen some lightning strikes. So this is the next area of pretty strong storms that are continuing to stream to the north, and this area may start to swing by.
So you're killing Peter Bench. Was he in the team coverage there now?
Yeah, but it's for the whole 90.
A number of times per day.
Would it mess everything up if I asked Ashley to go this block where Peter was?
Between 8 and 9 o'clock tonight.
I have to see how the codes look.
This could easily lead to more flooding here. And overnight tonight, this is the big concern because you do get a little break there early or late tonight, but then overnight, here comes another band of heavy rain.
I'm going to float it up and put it
pushing into downtown Miami, Fort Lauderdale, late tonight and early tomorrow. The risk area from the Storm Prediction Center has this slight risk for much of the southern Florida Peninsula. This to a marginal risk up in Broward County into West Palm Beach, and then gradually less. Strong wind gusts with these storms, and as the wind direction starts to change, The storm itself, which is well to the west, gets a little closer. That can lead to isolated tornadoes here. Wind speeds out of the south, 30 miles an hour in Key West, starting to pick up. We'll see these gradually increasing here, working its way up the coast there from south to north. Wind speeds could really pick up tomorrow. There's the storm itself, well to the west of all the heaviest rain, which comes through
I wonder what that lake
by
level's
midday
gonna look
tomorrow.
like.
Tropical storm force wind and wind gusts.
Okay,
as this quickly races
164 will
off
be
to the
after.
northeast and then moves off the coast. When we look at the rainfall amounts, continuing here for the rest of the weekend, for that we'll go to Jennifer Greer.
All right, thank you, Dave. So let's highlight what's expected as we continue on, what's expected tonight, and yes, as we head into the weekend. So let's highlight that, and then we'll take a look at the closer timing of as far as the rainfall goes. So
Missing that
basically,
VO.
we're starting here with tonight, Friday at 8 p.m. We're going to be dealing with basically some heavy rainfall starting tonight. Now, flooding downpours and gusty squalls will continue through the overnight hours. And as Dave mentioned before, this is of course concerning because during the overnight hours, luckily most of us will be at home and sleeping. But if anybody has to potentially go out, it's suggested not to go out during the overnight hours because this is when we expect the heaviest rainfall, as Dave mentioned earlier. So Saturday a.m., we still see heavy rain hanging around. This is around 6:45 till about 8 a.m. And then some improvement, some relief comes our way by midday, by noontime. The heaviest rain moves away from us, and then we start to see some dry weather. Not complete sunshine, but a little drier for us. Okay, so let's take a look at this closer. We're zooming here in Broward and Miami-Dade County. This is at 9 p.m. towards 11 p.m. tonight. You see the heaviest rain hitting parts of Miami-Dade County. Broward, yes, we're going to have rain, not the heaviest just yet. The heaviest for you will arrive after midnight, and that will continue to work its way northward, eventually into Palm Beach County. As we head into 4 a.m., we'll still have some pockets of heavy rainfall here and there, but we'll start to slowly see some little dry spots work their way through this big sheet of rain. And so by 6 a.m. across Broward and Miami-Dade, we start to see less widespread rain, more spotty to scattered. And then as we head into 9 a.m., just a line of potential thunderstorms along the coast, and then there's that drier air that comes our way. Finally, just a little drier.
You didn't change it for the traffic person to participate, right?
No. As we head into the evening hours Saturday, can't rule out some quick showers or thunderstorms, but by then, it's definitely much quieter. Back to you.
Jen, thank you. Now, there's a QR code right at the bottom right side of your screen.
Yeah, you can scan it using your phone's camera to get access to our CBS News Miami streaming platform to stay up to date on weather conditions when we're off the air.
And let's give you a live look right now at the road conditions. Right now, people driving on the Palmetto Expressway home, they can see that the conditions are not optimal. It's rainy, it's gray out there. We can see both sides of the highway, however, are moving, and that is good. But of course, take it easy out there. There could be possible delays, and no major accidents reported at this hour. All day long, the rain has been coming down, and at times it was heavy. This was earlier today in Miami, where you can see the heavy downpours.
And this is video out of Kendale Lakes from earlier this morning. You see the wind and rain whipping around that American flag. When we get a lot of rain, there are some areas that we all know are more prone to flooding than others.
That's right. CBS Sports' Jacqueline Quinn is live for us in Doral. Let's check in with Jacqueline right now. How's it looking out there?
Elliot, it looked like we were about to get a bit of a break, but I see this rain coming down a little bit more so we can expect it to see to hit the roads here in just a little bit. And of course, we're getting a bit of a lull in the traffic here too. But this is one of those problem areas. This is near 25th Street and Mile and Dairy because we've been checking around. You know, we know that earlier when it was coming down really hard, it was making the conditions slick. Cars were slowing down, but right now, not so much. But we also know that we're still getting more of the system to come in a little bit later today. So you can really be prepared for that as we follow along here on our radar. For now, reporting in Doral, Jacqueline
she's
Quinn,
dumping up.
CBS 4
Might be
News.
anchors.
And we have a team of reporters, including Jacqueline. They're all across South Florida. We want to take you now out live to Broward County for a check on conditions there.
Yeah, CBS Sports' Ashley Dyer is in Davie right now. She's got the umbrella out. I can see raindrops falling. How is it out there, Ashley?
Yes, Elliot, I
She didn't
actually
reference
just
any of
found
that
this out
VO
a couple
stuff.
minutes ago. The wind, the rain is starting to
And
pick
this is
up,
straight
much
line.
heavier. I would say a little bit heavier actually than when we were with you about an hour ago. We are noticing though stormy conditions, dreary day. Some people not impacted. You see these boys out here just got out here. Looks like they're doing some fishing. What we are seeing throughout Broward County though is that water starting to pool on roadways, in people's driveways. So the South Florida Water Management District, they are working to try and mitigate that flooding from happening.
We
So
don't
what they're
have Key
doing is
West
they are
pictures.
pumping water out of
Well, can I kill
canals.
it then?
Oh, wait,
This
wait,
canal,
no,
they
it's
are
there, it's
pumping
there.
about 2
It's
billion
there.
gallons of
That was the
water
other
out
Key West.
every
When we
day.
got
And they're
the,
doing this throughout South
Mallory
Florida at
Square.
about 77 different canals. Now, if you are about to be driving home from work, if you're planning to leave anytime soon, take a look at the road. This is what you are going to see, those wet and slick conditions. You can see as these cars are going, there is some water now starting to build on these roadways. So make sure you take it easy, drive safe as you are heading home from work. And we will be out here continuing to give you updates and track the very latest. For now, we're live in Davie, Ashley Dyer, CBS 4 News.
Okay, Ashley, thanks a lot. And CBS 4 News wants to help you get ready for whatever hurricane season might bring us. Join us Sunday at noon for our Hurricane 2022 Be Prepared special to help you protect your family and your home from what might impact us throughout the hurricane season.
And remember, if you still need supplies, that sales tax holiday goes
Yes.
through June 10th, so very important if you
Save a
still
lot
need
of
to
money.
stock up. Absolutely. And our team coverage continues next as we check in with our partners at the Weather Channel for a look at conditions in the Keys.
And here's a live look at our Key West camera right now. Key Largo is looking much better, but things are clearing up in Key West. But again, that weather is changing quickly, so stay with us for the latest coverage.
We're always on the CBS News Miami stream. Find us on CBSMiami.com, on Pluto TV to stay up to date with the latest weather conditions
Looking
and
good,
news.
you guys are rocking it. Alright. So the next thing will be the, Weather Channel
Alright.
reporter.
Test to see if he hears them.
Some spots are like, oh, that's nice.
Can you check to see if this Weather Channel guy hears?
Reynolds, can you hear us? Oh, we hear him. All right, good, he hears us.
Hello.
Seems like there's a bit of delay.
All right.
Yeah, here's us.
Sounds like he's got us.
Yeah, hearing is half the battle.
Perfect.
Key West, Key West.
Yeah. Seems that way.
Page 165.
Yeah.
You don't mind just telling him that we're gonna ask him a couple questions. Basically, what does it look like now, and then how are people responding to the weather? Hey Raul, can I kill the usual teases?
Yeah, do it.